Alright, welcome back. Now we're going to get into color and shading, and we're going to try to use one color, and then we can do a lot of other things to stylize it. So let's jump right into this. Let's make this easier than it looks. So in previous videos we looked at the structure of the ear and how to shade it. Today we're going one step further, adding color and shading or shadows to make the ear feel alive. And the interesting thing is you can start with just one color, because this will help you understand, how this goes. So first, let's recap just a little bit. We know that we have a hook that goes all the way around. And we know the ear is a little bit slanted like this. We just make those shapes that we made before. And this goes all the way around like that. And you remember the Y. So we know we have a Y that goes like this. You got the inner line right here and the outer line right here. And this will intersect with the hook. We also got the earlobe over here, and we also got the nub. And so the hook comes around and it slopes down, giving you the shadow right here. Remember those shadows. There's one over here too. And this is the inside where it goes in, where the hook is. And there's a slight shadow right here if you really want to be detailed. But the inner ear, there's going to be a shadow, of course. And that's where the earbuds or whatever the person's wearing would go. And this would be one of the darkest areas right here. And we got some dark areas right here and around the ear. And it goes all the way down like that. So we have the completed shape of the ear and where everything goes. And I'm going to erase some of this just so you can see the structure here. I'm going to erase that line right there because that was just a guide. And as you can see here, that is the completed ear. Quick question for you. When you color the skin of your ears, do you usually use one color or start with one color, or do you do many colors and then you start to get into one color at the end? Just curious, because what I'm about to show you is just one way to do colors with ears. So just take this as another technique. So now we're going to start doing color now. What I'm going to do is pick a color. Let's say I pick a blue, and it's going to be a mid-tone. Whatever color that I use is going to be in this area right here on the color wheel. And if you're not working with the color wheel and you're doing it traditionally, just choose a color that is a mid-tone or pigment. So I'll move that back over there. Okay. And I'm using like a pencil brush or I like to use custom brushes like the pencil brush and use that for the full thing. But whatever brush that feels comfortable with you, we're just doing a plain color. And we're just going to color in the shape. So here we go. And if you want pen pressure on, you can do that, but I'm just going to create the shape here. We know the general shape of the ear. And I'm just gonna color in there very loosely. Just do the full silhouette. Now, knowing that we know where the shaded areas are, now we're gonna go to the color. We're gonna go to a darker color, a darker shade. So it means going down on the colors. You can do like a L shape from the color that you use and go down. You can go 1, 2, and you can go down to the color. So this is going to be a darker shade, and this is going to be how I call this the carving technique. You're going to carve the inside of the Y like this, and then I'm going to go up like that, and at the bottom, around the hook, there's going to be a shade like this, and it goes all the way around. And there's another shaded area. That's where the other side of the Y. And we're just going to shade that. And then there's a shade down here where the nub. And then a little shade right there. And there's going to be a shade down here. That's for the outside of the ear. We can just put that, because we still got the light coming from above. See, we can see all the shapes because we practice, all the different parts of the ear. We know where everything is. And I can bring this down like this, and it looks like an ear. Think of this as the foundation layer of the ear. So when the base tone is even, the shadows will blend more naturally. So, because this really helps you figure out how you're going to do the shading using either the same color or a different color. But using one color and putting in all the forms, that cuts time pretty much in half. Hey, what's up? If you're enjoying this tutorial, hit subscribe for more digital painting tips, creative process videos, and inspirational art content. There's plenty more coming, so stay tuned and keep creating. You can color a ear with entirely one color, and then that'll take you to the next step. Now we're going to do the gradual shading. We're going to start to refine this. We see we have the mid-tone and the darker tone, and now we can go in between, and we can go up a little lighter, and go on the side and get this other tone. And if you need to go lighter, you can do that too, just a little bit. You want it to be darker than the mid-tone though. And you'll start to see the form. As you do this. And I'm going on the edge of the color. And you see how this makes it look like a more gradual transition. And now I'm going to choose a darker tone than the shade that we have. So we're going to go a little bit darker, and we're going to start carve it in even more to show some more depth. And you can use you can turn down the opacity so that you can gradually add. And you see, I'm not overdoing it yet. I need to get the form in there, and then I can start doing a little bit more. But as you can see, the ear starts to look more three-dimensional. You see, we got this part down here. And you can make the brush smaller or bigger so you can get the parts that you want. See, I need to create that shadow of the nub right there. And look at what we did. We pretty much created the ear with one color. It's different. There's some lighter colors of that same color and darker tones for that color. And then after this, we're going to try to stylize. Now, there's 3 different ways to stylize. This will be the next step. It's either making it painterly or keeping it painterly, which is the way that I have it now, and then add more colors to it, make it more cartoonish, or make it more abstract. So painterly is loose strokes, expressive colors. Cartoon is simplified shapes and bold shadows. Let's jump into this and make it more with more style. So I'm gonna add another color, and it can be around the same tone a little bit. Like for instance, the light on the ear, we still got to put that in there. So we're definitely gonna have, and I'm gonna turn down the opacity here, down there, and I'm able to have this kind of painterly look. And I'm going to add a little bit right here. This is out. This is out right here. And I can use the blending tool if I need to. And the paintbrush under the brush option. But yeah, this is how you can stylize it. Let's see if I can use the smear tool or the smudge tool and see if I can kind of blend this out. This is the painterly style, and you can use your own whatever you choose as far as the style that you're looking for. And I don't have to smudge everything because I like to have some pencil or paint looking areas. It makes it look more natural. And if I really want to do something, I can add more light to this, more light colors, certain areas. Let's see. I can go over here. And I'm still sticking with the blue color. I'm just making some more effects on it. And so it looks pretty neat. It's and this is like a very loose painting of an ear. So if you just use those basic rules using one color to start with for the foundation, you can start to do your own style. Once you understand structure and shadow, you're free to stylize the ear however you like. All right? There's realism and there's stylized ears. So there's 3 ways to draw an ear: the painterly way, the cartoon way, the abstract way. But small details often make the biggest difference, remember. When artists slow down and study things like this, their drawings improve everywhere, just every part of it. Earlier I asked whether you usually use one color or many when you're coloring your skin or the skin of your ears. After seeing this process, does one color seem more useful than you expected? Or maybe you already used that. Maybe you already used this technique. And what facial features should we explore next? Alright guys, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. We'll be doing some more anatomy type drawings. Hope you enjoyed this. Peace.